Eric, what would Colin Kaepernick have to do to get back in the NFL? I ask because it seems like he's wants back in the NFL. He's posting videos. He's showing that he's in shape. He's showing himself throwing. I have a feeling that alone isn't going to get it done. What do you think he would actually have to do to pull this off?
Man, just somebody just believe in them. Like,
Yeah.
I was listening to some people in spaces talking about it, and a team like Detroit Lions, a team that needs to sell tickets, and obviously there was this bad aura about Colin Kaepernick because of the whole thing. Not from me, but
Yeah.
from a certain people that buy NFL tickets and the owners, right? But I think right now, if say a team, a city like Detroit got him, they would embrace him. And all right, like now you can kind of battle it out with Jared Goff, who we don't know what exactly he is, and they need to sell tickets. I think it would have to be a team like that needs that extra kind of boost to help their organization.
What about Seattle?
Somebody said apologize. Apologize for what?
No. That wouldn't do it. No, here's what I would do if I was not if I were him, but if I were advising him, if he wanted my opinion, I would say, I said he should have done this years ago, but he should have played in the CFL. I think if he went to the CFL, those games would be on ESPN. He's huge. Like he wouldn't be playing in front of no one. It would be national news. He'd be in the CFL and he would show because the NFL keeps trying to say stuff about him. Like he doesn't really want to play football. He wants to be a martyr. He wants to be a social justice warrior. Like go play football, go play in Canada, make the point that they're blackballing you, tear it up in Canada. And then essentially you're shaming the NFL into bringing you back. It's like, why am I over here? I'm really good. I want to play football. I'm playing football. You're blackballing me. It's wrong what America's doing. Canada's opening their doors to me. He would totally shame the NFL into bending to his will. It might be a little late to do it now, but it's like Warren Moon started his career in the CFL. Like people take note. I think his problem is that he's focused. I need to be in the NFL, and the NFL is like, oh, you want to be in our league? You want to be in our league? No. But if he went somewhere else and was bringing ratings and money to the CFL and shame to the NFL, it'd be over in a half a season. Half a season. That's what I think. That's what I think.
Cool. Well, one CFL, and I don't know how it would work for Colin Kaepernick, but it's hard. A lot of times they sign you to this contract that you can't get out of. Now maybe
True.
Jimmy Garoppolo. I mean, excuse me. Maybe he should be there, but maybe Colin Kaepernick, it would be a little different because maybe he can like write his own contract and how he wants it structured. Yeah. But nah, dude, I wouldn't go if I was him. I know most people, they say that, oh, if he wants to play football, he'd do that. Like, dude, of course I want to play football, but that's not the end all be all to who I am. I think some people let football kind of like define who they are. Colin Kaepernick clearly hasn't. Yes, I love football, but I'm doing these different things. I got contracts with Nike. I'm making a bunch of money. Like, I don't have to play football, even if I love it and I want to, and I feel like I should. And clearly the NFL, who blackballed him and had to pay him money for lost wages with that whole thing that happened. Like, clearly he's someone that can play. So it's like, I could play in the league, but if they want to try me like this, I don't have to go to another league. I'm good. But that doesn't mean that he doesn't want to play football.
No, I'm with you. He doesn't want to play football. I just think it'd be a really interesting way to get leverage. As soon as he were to play somewhere else, the ratings for that league would go crazy. They'd make a lot of money, and Colin would be able to show, like, what are you doing, NFL? Like, what's happening there is racist and wrong. I want to play football. You won't let me. Canada will let me. Like, it would put so much shame and pressure on him. Like, just sitting back and throwing and videotaping doesn't really put the same amount of pressure. But it's up to what Colin wants to do. Like, if Colin really, 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 really wanted this, he could do that. I think what you laid it out, like, he has other things he can do in his life. And if he doesn't have football on his terms, maybe that's not for him. That's fine.
Right. He's not someone that is like, dang, this is it. Remember, I talked about guys that ain't made no money.
And all be all. Yep.
And it's like, dang, I got to, every opportunity, I got to take it. And Kyle's like, not Kyle, Colin, I love football. I would love to play. He stayed in shape. Like, to me, as soon as I was done, like a year later, like, I'm out of shape. Like, I can't play.
Yes.
He stayed in shape for several years.
Yes.
Arm still looks good. Throws still have pop. Like, if he literally didn't want to play football, like, he would look like I look right now.
Yeah. He's our age. He's older than me.
Yeah. He's 30. I'm 34. He's 34.
I'm 34.
Like, clearly he wants to play, but
Yeah.
he doesn't have to sell his soul to play. And I think that's where he's at with it. Like it's
I
like everybody wants him to go off and do all these wild things. Like what? Like no, I don't have to sell my soul for the. I belong in the NFL. I know I can play in the NFL. I'll stay
Hell
in
yeah.
shape in case that comes. But if it doesn't, I bet he'll be happy with all the decisions that he's made in his life. He'd be more than happy with it.
I agree. And this clearly he doesn't want to go play in CFL. And I guess I was suggesting that not as like a get your life back on track. His life is good. It's like, dude, you want to stick it to the league? That's how you do it. Go play in another league. Go play. Because if you're in another league, all of a sudden that's a competitor to the NFL. No one's watching CFL. I've never watched a Canadian Football League game. If Colin Kaepernick was playing, I would watch every single game he was playing. Every single one. It would be huge. It would be the biggest story. It'd be like Muhammad Ali coming back, but not being allowed to play, to fight, and having to fight. Like it would be crazy. I think it'd be so tight. I want to see Kaepernick play again, man. Colin, I want to see you play. It's been 5 years. It's been 5. It shouldn't have gone this long. It's wrong.
Again, you guys got in the comments. You guys got to shut down that. Like he has no interest in playing again. Clearly, he has interest, but he's not willing to sell his soul. Everybody wants Colin Kaepernick to sell his soul to play in the NFL and bow down to the masters of the NFL owners, and he's not gonna do that.
I don't want that.
I mean, but that's what people like. They don't think because he isn't like kissing ass or apologizing to them. Like, no, like I'm not doing that.
Don't do that. Go to Canada.
I don't do that. That does not mean that I don't want to play football.
Nah, spit in their eye. Spit in their eye. Go to Canada and win all the Grey Cups, all the MVPs. But you don't got to do that either. I'm just saying it would be so freaking cool if he did, though. It'd be so cool. Oh, I can't play it. All right, man. I'm gonna go make the CFL a thing. Good luck. That would be so damn cool. Anyway, he won't. Warren Moon did it. Jeff Garcia did it. Doug Flutie did it. Damn. Anyway, it's too bad that we're not going to see him again because he is a lot better than a lot of quarterbacks in this damn. Like Nate Sudfeld, are you kidding? Who's going to be the quarterback for the Seahawks this year? Is he going to be as good as Colin Kaepernick? Man, oh well. Sorry. I tried. I'm trying to help. I'm just trying to be on Colin's team on this one. I'm just trying to get him back in the league.
I don't think he's playing in the NFL again, but yeah, I mean, I get the question.
Yeah. Are Niner fans spoiled and expect too much? Hell yeah. That's what. Hell yeah. In a good way, though. What do you think?
I think there is a scenario. No, I don't. I mean, I think all fan bases are like that. We just see it more because we're, directly tied in with the 49ers.
Jay Rico says Dwayne Johnson's XFL is collaborating with the NFL. Trade Jimbo to the XFL and let's get our money back and never, ever have to see him again. Boom, win. I like it. Trade him to the minor leagues. So we're getting
Jimmy Garoppolo's an NFL quarterback.
When do y'all think the Super Bowl window closes?
It starts to get tight after your quarterback's rookie contract.
There it is. So honestly, they got a golden opportunity the next 3 years. And they wasted one last year, but they got 3 more. Don't waste another one. That's 50%.
They wasted it because that year was supposed to prepare you for the next 3 years.
That's right. This dude says brick by brick, by deceit, by secrets, by double standards. 49ers brass seeks high character, loyal team first players, but then creeps behind the scenes like TLC. It's true. They were creeping with Deshaun Watson. Didn't want anyone to know about it. Oh, well. It's better than, I guess, what they did 10 years ago. They didn't give a damn 10 years ago. I think there's a couple more questions and then we'll be done. Eugene, thank you. That might have been it. Hold on. No, there's more. Let me go find the angry comments about Colin Kaepernick. I'm just trying to help everyone. Damn. People get so worked up about him. Just a sec. Why did I miss it?
Yeah, get worked up. I mean, it's a
Sean Shepard says he stopped to talk bravo for Cap. I really believe in what he stands for, but that guy is never going to play football again. And when he last played, he looked like McGlinchey got punked. Man, that team he was on sucked so much. It sucked so much, the 2016 Niners. And his honestly, hold on. I'm not a big Kaepernick guy. And he was terrible under Tom Sula, but it was freaking Tom Sula. Then the next year, it was the worst Niners team I've ever seen. And his TD-INT ratio was 4-1. Dude, Jimmy plays with Debo, Kittle, everyone. And he can't even get to 2-1. So I would have to. I still feel like Colin got screwed over.
The 49ers had a mass exodus. They lost any and every person that was important to their championship runs in those years with Harbaugh. Like they lost any and everyone, including coaches.
Yeah.
They started off, I mean, essentially as a what do they call a new team to the NFL expansion team.
Yes.
Essentially, it was that, and it's like, oh, Kaepernick doesn't look good. He can't play. Like, look at this team. Chip Kelly comes over. Like, it's the worst 49er team we've ever seen. His weapon, his running back was Sean Drawn and Harry, number 32, whoever he was. And I think they even brought in Pierre Thomas at one point. And his receivers were guys like
Jeremy Curley.
Jeremy Curley was his best receiver, who was clearly a number 4 or number 3. I mean, some dude named Streeter. Like, what do we like? But
Rod Streeter, Quentin Patton. I know it's terrible. And like, it was interesting. Like, everyone loves Jimmy Garoppolo because he wins, even though his numbers are not good. But then everyone holds, Colin Kaepernick's record against him, even though it was that's a team stat, and they don't look at the fact that his TD to INT ratio in his final season on a bad team was 4-1. Jimmy could never do that, ever. He could never do that. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's worth talking about. I still think that Colin was a better quarterback than Jimmy. I feel that way. Jimmy can't move. Jimmy played in a really good team with some really good coaches and players, and his numbers were
the best. He had one of the best offensive mind coaches in the league. He has a plethora of weapons at his disposal, and even then, he struggled to score a point in the Packers playoff game when Colin Kaepernick went to that same place in the playoffs and led the 49ers to victory with his arm, with his legs, whatever, in 0-degree weather with no sleeves on. Stop playing with Colin Kaepernick, man.
Stop playing with Colin Kaepernick. Thank you. See, I'm glad I'm talking about him today, because what happens is you bring him up on YouTube, people get mad, you get downvoted, and it's really not worth your while, but it's worth it. I want to talk about him. He's our age. This has gone on way too long. When it first happened, I was like, you know what? The NFL's right. Colin Kaepernick, he's a distraction. It's like 5 years later. This is still going on? It's disgusting. How many teams could have brought him in and won more games than they did? The fact that the Niners are going to – I mean, I don't think he would even come back to the Niners as a backup. But Nate Sudfeld and not Colin? Like, what? Are you kidding?
I mean, I get it from the standpoint of, like, Colin's out the league. And that's how I view it, too. He is not an NFL quarterback. Like, I view it that way. Like, he's not in the league. I don't expect him to play again. But if we're arguing that, like, well, this and that, like, I think people are kind of, nah.
Yeah. Joshua Wyatt says, would you trade Jimmy Garoppolo for Cameron Jordan, then move Armstead permanently inside? Cameron Jordan's a good player. I hadn't thought about that. I don't think you're going to get Cameron Jordan, though, for Jimmy Garoppolo. Like, the Saints are under the cap. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. I think my screen froze. It kind of like threw me off.
Yeah, you're coming back, though.
All right.
Yeah. What do you think? Jimmy for hold on, what was it? Jimmy for hold on. I'm tripping. Cameron Jordan.
Yeah, I'm all for defensive line. I think that's the best defensive back. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you do something where you can bring in some D line to help that pass rush, I'm all for it.
Timothy says, by Kyle's logic, wouldn't Trey give the Niners the best chance to win over Watson or anyone else because he has been in the system for a year?
Nah, I mean, no. To some extent, I get the experience factor of it, but again, he still hasn't played, and that's the best experience.
Michael Duran incorrectly says that it was a mass exodus because Cap stole Alden's girlfriend. It was a mass exodus because Jim Tomsula became the head coach, and none of the players knew who that was other than the people on the D-line. So they were like, you know what? We're out. That's what happened. Official BNA Music 88 says, folks expect Cap to win with Jeremy Curley, but they give Jimmy Garoppolo a pass, and he had Kittle, Debo, and Ayuk. We know what it is. Period. Have some self-awareness. Croc, Cap was a vegan diet, skinny, not string. Okay. All right. Let's freaking go, Croc, says Niner Cali boy. All right.
Cap from the 209. So, I got,
He's from Turlock's 209?
Yeah.
That's cool. I remember I played a soccer tournament in Turlock when I was like 11. And I thought it smelled like cows.
It probably did. It's like one exit.
Like Davis, California. Anyway, we're going to get out of here before we get any more angry Colin Kaepernick comments. Thanks for bearing with us. I thought it was a good conversation. I thought it was a hell of a show. Thanks.
Yeah, I love everybody, man. I love everybody. So, I love everybody.
Moisha says Cap's output transcends football and people get triggered by that. He doesn't need to play. He's a legend for reasons greater than football. I respect it. I definitely do.